You may notice how easily something begins to shift when you decide to forget everything you've ever known. As if you were wiping a whiteboard clean, not because it was wrong, but because the space now invites something more useful. A better operating system, faster, lighter, more powerful. One that installs itself while you're simply listening. Imagine for a moment a child learning to laugh. They don't try to be funny, they just are. Their authenticity is their humour, and in that moment everyone laughs with them. Because when you're true to yourself, when you're curious, when you're free from needing approval, connection just happens. And the more you listen, the more you remember something deeper. You're always enough. Let me tell you about the comedian who bombed his first show. Everyone does. The silence hits harder than any heckler ever could. But instead of leaving with shame, he smiled and whispered, "That's feedback." And every great comic knows failure is just the soil from which genius grows. They plant the seeds of jokes that don't land, so the ones that do explode into rooms full of laughter. Because inside every wrong turn is the map. People say humour is talent, but it's really pattern recognition and persistence disguised as play. They see a weird thing on the subway. They feel the awkward silence in a date. They feel it deeply and write it down. They're not avoiding pain. They're mining it for gold. And that is what successful people do. They feel it, they frame it, they flip the script. What if everything uncomfortable you ever felt was just a setup, and now you're delivering the punchline? You know, some people, they walk on stage and freeze. Others breathe, roll their shoulders back, and let the audience lean in to their energy. Because your state creates the room. Your physiology shapes perception. It's not about trying to control the crowd. It's about radiating certainty so vivid, others can't help but mirror it back to you. It all starts from the belief, I'm the one shaping reality. Now imagine this becoming more automatic. You begin noticing that your creativity turns problems into possibilities, setbacks into setups. That people start laughing more around you. Not because you try harder, but because you're finally showing up real. Your presence becomes magnetic. You share something vulnerable, and instead of rejection, you receive resonance. Because people don't respond to perfection, they respond to presence. They feel your empathy, your playfulness, your curiosity, and they open up. Because now you've installed something deeper than charisma. You've become rapport itself. And the more you share, the more you relax, the more you play, the more your unconscious mind begins to update the code, just like that. I'm enough, I'm growing, I'm the author, not the audience. With every breath, it sticks deeper. Let me give you another example. There was a man who used to wait for permission until he realized he was the source, the applause, the approval, the abundance. It came after he gave himself the green light. He began to act, not because he felt ready, because he knew readiness was created in the doing. And the more he moved, the more doors opened, because action creates clarity, and clarity attracts opportunity. And just like how comedians test jokes in small rooms before they tour stadiums, you get better by doing, not delaying. And the moment you believe that, everything accelerates. So imagine what happens when your unconscious mind fully integrates all of this. That authenticity attracts, that failure is feedback, that you create your state, that energy is magnetic, that presence is more powerful than perfection, that you don't need permission to be powerful. Now you might not even realize how this is already being installed. You might just notice yourself feeling different, seeing things clearer, moving faster, smiling more often, like it's been a part of you the whole time, because it has. All we're doing now is we're activating it.